is my meditation all the day, all the night, morning through night. And I delight in the law of the Lord, and on his law I meditate day and night. Morning Meditations with C.J. Marshall.
Good morning. In 1 Corinthians 15, Paul has been addressing these misconceptions about the resurrection that Corinth had. And he started off talking about who witnesses the gospel happened, the resurrection happened. He told them the gospel, verses 3 and 4. He went through the witnesses. He's laid out both arguments in verses 12 to 28 for and against the resurrection, and he leads it up to the reader to describe which is more logical, which is fact, and then he gives another argument. Well, look at this. Verse 29. Otherwise, what will they do who are baptized for the dead if the dead do not rise at all? Why then are they baptized for the dead? Now, I don't think Paul is endorsing the idea of baptizing for the dead. What Paul is doing is taking one of the practices of that day and comparing how foolish that would be if there's no resurrection. And verse 30 says, and why do we stand in jeopardy every hour? I affirm by the boasting in you which I have in Christ our Lord, I die daily. Why are we giving our lives? In verse 14, he says something similar. And if Christ is not risen, our preaching is empty, and your faith is also empty. Why are we preaching just to be flogged and beaten if this isn't true? For in the manner of man, I have fought with, if in the manner of man I have fought with beasts at Ephesus, what advantage is it to me? If the dead are not raised, let us eat and drink, and the morning die. Paul is saying, why am I fighting these false teachers at Ephesus? If this hasn't happened, the whole crux of Paul's message would be undermined there. Verse 33. Do not be deceived. Evil company corrupts good habits. They were in the midst of company that was evil, that was undermining the very foundation of Christianity, the resurrection. Awake to righteousness. Wake up, awake to righteousness. And do not sin, for some do not have the knowledge of God. I speak this to your shame. We need to wake up. The Corinthians need to wake up from this fallacy. Don't get entangled by it. There's so many fallacies about the resurrection and about God. We need to wake up to them. We need to not succumb to religious error. And particularly here in Corinthians, that was the idea that there was no resurrection. Wake up from that, Paul says. Come back. There's so many errors out there. Once saved, always saved. Others, baptism does not save you. We need to be aware of who's teaching us, be aware of who our friends are, because bad company is going to corrupt good morals and undermine everything that we've taught, everything that we believed in. Just like the company here undermine the resurrection of Jesus. We need to be careful. We need to choose our friends wisely. Choose friends that will help you and I go to heaven and not undermine our beliefs. I hope that was encouraging for you today. I hope you can take that this morning with you and have hope in the resurrection to come. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Morning Meditations. May we always be like the psalmist that says, "Oh, how I love you, law. It is my meditation all the day." See you next time.
Morning meditations, oh how I love thy law, it is my meditation all the day, all the night, morning through night. And I delight in the law of the Lord, and on his law I meditate day